Sairam all of you. So children, in your previous video, we all have studied that how producers, consumers and decomposers, which are biotic components, and also abiotic components like air, water, soil, temperature, light and also some inorganic substances like various gases present in the environment interact with each other to complete the cycle of ecosystem. In this chapter today, part 2, we will study more about environment and also about ecosystem. So, we all will start here chapter 15, our environment, part 2. Let us start with function of ecosystem. So children, the important part or the important function of ecosystem is to mainly keep balance between living and non-living components which are present in the environment. So, we can say that the functions of ecosystem are: the first one is ecosystem maintain the balance among producers, consumers and also decomposers. Means consumers are dependent on producers. Consumers are of three types, as you all have studied in your previous lesson. Consumers are of three types: primary, secondary and also tertiary consumers. The next one is it provides an environment for producers to trap sun's energy and provide food. As you all know, producers means plants prepare their food from the energy which they receive from the sunlight. The third one is ecosystem is responsible for the cycling of nutrient between biotic and abiotic components. Means it completes the cycle to provide nutrients between biotic and abiotic components. Okay, and the next important function of ecosystem is the ecosystem supports life through biochemical cycles and other biosphere processes. The chemical which is biochemical cycle which completes nitrogen cycle, oxygen cycle and other cycle are also maintained by the ecosystem. For example, cleaning the air, adding nutrients to the soil. All these important functions occurs by the ecosystem. Clear? Yes. Now, we all have studied about three types of producers, consumers and then tertiary consumers. Okay. So, consumers are dependent on producers and then decomposer also play important role in the cycle of ecosystem. Actually, what are decomposers? First, the main part decomposers of an ecosystem. Let us study about it. Decomposers. Okay. What are decomposers? Decomposers is an organism that decomposes or break down organic materials such as the remains of dead organisms. Means children, the plants and animals which are dead. Okay, so they are break down or organic material such as remains of dead organism. They are decomposed by some decomposers. Which are these decomposers? They are bacteria and fungi. We can say a decomposer is a type of organism that decomposes, break down, okay, converts in the inorganic material to the organic material such as remains of dead organism. And decomposers include bacteria, fungi. Various type of bacteria and fungi are the decomposers. These organisms carry out the process of decomposition which all living organisms undergo after death. Okay. So decomposition is an important process because it allows organic material to be recycled in an ecosystem. Means after decomposing the dead remains of plants and animals decomposed by bacteria and fungi, then after decomposition the organic material left over is then ready to be recycled in an ecosystem. So this is how decomposers play an important role to complete the cycle of ecosystem. Okay, so let us see what are the importance of an decomposers in an ecosystem. Okay, so what role does decomposers play? Various roles played by decomposers in the ecosystem are now obviously they clean the environment, okay, and they decompose biodegradable substances into useful substances which are required in the ecosystem. So useful substances, they release nutrients. The third one is they release nutrients into the soil. This is a specialty of decomposers. Especially these decomposers release very important material, nutrients into soil. How? By decomposing the dead and decaying matter. Okay, by composing dead and decaying matter. And then what happen after this? Thus making the soil fertile. Means after dead and decaying matter, when they decompose these dead remains, they releases the nutrients in the soil, and then this soil becomes fertile, very good for agriculture and crops. Next is they maintain the nutrient pool by returning back to the nutrients in the pool. Means complete the cycle. Okay, they maintain the nutrient pool by returning back. They means complete the cycle of nutrients. Clear, children? Yes. So let us come to the next topic of chapter, our environment. Till now you all have studied that how biotic organism are dependent on each other. Consumers are dependent on producers, okay, and then the three type of producers are dependent one on another, each after requirement. According to requirement they are dependent on one another. So the sequence of living organism, how they are dependent on each other, or we can say a community, a group of community of an organism which depend on another, then the another community of organism depend on one another. Why they are dependent on another? For food, for energy, okay, for food. they required energy for the living, and this energy they get from food. So when they are dependent on another, they consume energy from previous organism. Okay, so we can say here this is known as food chains. What is food chain? Food chain, where we can say that a food chain represent a single directional transfer of energy, means consumers take the energy from the producers, means consumers, or we can say primary consumers are dependent on producers. They return that energy back to the producer. They only take energy, they do not return the back. So it means this is known as directional transfer of energy. Let us start with this. The sequence of living organism in a community in which one organism consumes another organism, means they eat as a food. One organism eat to another organism, dependent on another organism as a food. Okay, organism to transfer food energy is called a food chain. For example, you can see here the simple food chain operating in a grassland or in a forest can be represented as, there are many examples. I am showing you one example. Here you can see grass producers. Okay, deer is dependent on grass. Clear? And then lion is dependent on deer. So this is a simple food chain. Here you can see this is called a food chain, and this is directional, means once a deer will consume energy from the grass will not return back from the deer. Same way, when the lion will receive energy from the deer, will not be received back to the deer or from deer to the grass. This is called directional transfer of energy. A food chain represents a single directional transfer of energy. The study of food chains in an area or habitats help us in knowing various interaction among the different organisms and also their interdependence. Means this food chain help us in teaching, in telling us that in this environment how the organism or which organism is dependent on which organism, how the various organisms interact among different organisms and also their interdependence, and also a food chain tell us the study of an area or a habitat. Clear? So with the food chain we come to know that how the organisms are dependent on each other. Let us see one more example of food chain. Here you can see another food chain occurring in the grassland, or you can see in the forest. See, grass plants producers. Here you can see these are producers. Producers are various type of plants. Okay, on producers many organisms are dependent, like cow, dog, cat, various insects, various type of animals are dependent on producers, like grasshopper, which are herbivores. We can say a group of herbivores are dependent on grass. Here you can see various type of herbivore are dependent on grass, means they consume, insects consume energy from the grass, And in the next step, we can see, very interesting, we can see that now carnivores, okay, carnivores for their food or for their energy are dependent directly on the herbivores. So, carnivores take the energy from the herbivores, okay. And what is the next? Then in the next we can see, we will see more sequence here of food chain. In this food chain we can see the bird, like top carnivores or we can say large carnivores are dependent on small carnivores. Means there are 4 type of food chain we can see in this picture: producers, omnivores, carnivores, then top carnivores. Means top carnivores, many wild animals are dependent on small animals. They consume their energy from the carnivores. Understood? Yes. Now, this is called food chain. Let us study more about ecosystem, aquatic ecosystem. As I told you, ecosystem maintain the balance, interact with biotic and abiotic component. Not only forest, not only grassland, also aquatic ecosystem are also dependent on to maintain, to complete the cycle of ecosystem in the environment. Let us study the example of aquatic habitats. Okay, let's see aquatic ecosystem. What is aquatic ecosystem? In a water ecosystem means the organism inside the water which are dependent on each other to consume their energy. That is an aquatic ecosystem. Okay. In a water ecosystem, what happens? The algae are eaten up by protozoa, and then protozoa are eaten up by small fishes. So, big fishes are dependent on then small fishes, or we can say, and the small fishes is eaten up by the big fishes. So, here in this way, this is an example. In many ways, the organisms are dependent on each other to complete their, to consume their energy. Okay. This aquatic food chain can be represented in a same way. First you see producers, then these are consumers. In consumers, herbivores, carnivores, then the large or a big carnivores. So here you can see producers, algae. Okay. Herbivores, protozoa are dependent on algae or a producers. Then small fishes are dependent on protozoas or a herbivores. And then big fishes are dependent on small fishes, or you can say large carnivores are dependent on carnivores. So here you all have studied about various ecosystem, terrestrial ecosystem and aquatic ecosystem, how organisms are dependent on each other. That is very interesting. So let us come to some question part. Same way you all have to, I hope you all are doing all the questions nicely in your fair register. Now you all know that your notebooks will be asked for the checking. So those who have not done, please complete your all the work with required proper diagrams. So here let's come to the question. The first question is, question 1 is describe the functions of ecosystem. You all have to describe the functions of an ecosystem. Functions of ecosystem you can describe in words, in paragraph, and also you can show with the chart which I have explained you. Okay. Question number 2 is, what are the importance of decomposers? Question number 3, in question number 2, when you are explaining importance of decomposers, first with 2-3 lines you have to explain about decomposers, what are decomposers, okay, and with some examples. What is meant by primary, secondary and tertiary consumers? Give 2 examples of each. All these questions you have to do in your fair register. So children, go through video very nicely. We'll be meeting soon. Sai Ram, all of you.